Hi guys, it's Rachel here with day one of Roxy's Christmas stitchery, and we are making ornaments or things that you can hang off gifts, and it's all hand stitched. Well, mine are hand stitched. I think my sister's will be as well. So for my first project, where I'm making a heart decoration, and I just wanted to give you a list of supplies that you might like to have. So for the base of the hearts, I'm using velvet. So this is a vintage velvet, but this is a craft velvet. So a bit more like a velour, that one. So I wanted to use velvet, but you could use also, for your hearts, anything that you like. You can have fabric, you could use felted wool. I've got a lovely taffeta here. Not a taffeta, it's some sort of upholstery fabric, but you could use that. What else can you use? Yeah, any of those, I would say. The thing I like about especially this velvet over here, these ones, is they are they don't fray. These ones might fray a little bit because I'm just going to raw stitch. There's no turning or anything like that. I'm not using a sewing machine to put them together. The next thing you'll need are some sort of embellishment things. So I liked many styles, like I like things with embroidery and things, but I thought I've got to stick to one thing. I like them all. I've got blingy bits, I've got beads, I've got these little applique pieces that I've had for years. Things like this, if you come across them. Even this is from the Indian store in Sydney. Just a lovely embellishment. Pom-poms or tassels, beads. You'll need trim to hang them, and then this is just organza and like a silky sort of, I can't remember what you call it, a satin sort of thing. They're just strips that I made that little bit up there. And then of course blingy trims. You might need embroidery thread, floss. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Sequins, if you want sequins. These are some of the blingy bits. I bought those years ago and I've never used them in Sydney, in Newtown actually. Just trying to think if there's anything else. No, trims, any kind of blingy trims. I have some blingy trims over here that we may use today. We can get lots of this sort of stuff here, that sort of thing. They are not, I don't think they're sari ones, these ones. These are just from the shop that I took the ladies to. Juanette and Helen, you went there. So these sorts of trims. I didn't get this from them actually. I got this at the antique market. It's just vintage. So that sort of thing as well can be good. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Lace if you want to. So they're the supplies. Oh, and I said beads. Okay, right. Now to create a template for your heart, I just took a piece of paper. So just take this piece of paper, just say, if I wanted it, this one, it would need to be a bit bigger than that. Fold it in half and then start down here, do a little curve, come up and around. And if you don't like the shape of it, once you open it out, you just adjust it. So I might not like the shape of this. I don't love the shape of that. I went too far. I need this to be smaller. I could fold it back up again and do them the same, but I'm not all about things being the same. And that's becoming slightly better. Not quite so. Yeah, anyway, that gives you the idea of how I cut my hearts out. They were folded. So see, like that. Just a little bit there and then up and down. And the same with that one. That one, it's okay. I'm not so mad about it. The next job is to get your velvet. So just say this is my velvet. On the reverse side, and fortunately on the reverse side of this, I can draw, see which way I do, turn it like that is a lot of wastage. So here it sort of feels it. And then I went around with a pen because it's on the reverse side. Drew around it. Now, if you can't draw around your fabric, so just say you're wanting to use like this felted wool, this one here. That, I mean, I might be able to draw on that, but I might not be. Get your template, trace around it on a regular piece of paper, cut that out, take the regular piece of paper, pin it to your fabric and cut around it, and that will be, you'll be able to cut your heart out. Now, my long scissors, my heart is going to be front and back velvet. So what I want to do before I cut this shape out, I want to put them right sides together. So the right side is the lovely veloury fluffy side. So put them right sides together. If you can get a pin in there, this velvet is not the easiest to pin. It pins, but it kind of sometimes gathers at the back, but that one seems to be all right. Put a pin in it. Make sure it's okay. And then they won't be perfect. Well, mine won't be, but yours might be. And then you cut around the two together. Now, the reason why right sides together, so that way if the shape of this part here is different to the one over there, they line up because I cut them both at the same time. If you don't do them right sides together, or wrong sides together, either or, then they won't line up. This one will go against that one, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's cut out and there. Now we're ready to go here. So that is ready. Put them together. They were cut out together and we are ready to make some hearts. So I'm just going to start mucking around and seeing what do I want to put on these hearts. So that's the back. Bit of a funny shape going on there. So let's just have a look at the embellishing of them, and then we'll put them aside and then decide what's going to happen next. And some of them maybe just, that doesn't actually go, might go on the purple one though. It might just be that you put one blingy thing on there and you're done. Let me see this. I wonder what they use this for. Maybe on a wedding dress or something. I don't know. It was like a haberdashery store, but it's got so much tulle around it. It's kind of hard. I'm just going to cut some of the tulle off. It's just too much. I can't see what's happening. I'll leave a little bit because it'll tuck under. Now this one, that is the right side. If I tuck that under there, I don't mind that. But do I want that? Don't know. Not on that one. Don't mind it on that one. I might like it on this one. Do like it on that one. So that's going to go on that one. Now this is going to be interesting cutting this. I'm going to cut a bit more than what I need because all the beads will fly off. So I've cut a bit more and I'll work that out later. That will just, I'll just simply stitch that on there, and then decide if I want to put something up there, and then we'll do something around the edge. And that's it. Oh, another, did I mention you might like a tassel? I've got a pom-pom here, but you might like a tassel on the bottom or something like that. Okay, so let's just go back to these. I've got this blue one. I just want to start with the easier sort of solutions first, and then I'll go and see what I have else flying around. So I certainly don't think I want to put that one on there. Put that over there. That one might be hard. I quite like it on there. And then we have this one. No. And I've got the green up, the damasky green up here. No. Okay. So I'm going to go over and I have a, like what I did was just gather all my stuff in pouches. It's a bit of a mess. And then I have a box of embellishing stuff as well. But more, not so much for the stitching here. Look at all this. I have, that's another thing you can do. If maybe we don't want to have all blinging. I've cut out some holly leaves. I might want to put holly leaves on there with some berries and then some some berries cut out of the velvet, and then I might put some beads around the edge. Might cut those smaller. That's a possibility, that one. See what else is in here. I mean, I have this. That could be really nice just on there. Really blingy. Yep, I think I might do that. So I'm just going to cut that. Cut it a bit wider than what you need it. I mean, that is old. That's from that haberdashery store. There must be, you know, there's probably plenty of places that you can go and get that sort of thing. These all came from there. They cost like 50 cents. Next to nothing. And they're kind of not the nicest things when you look at them as they are. These have even been pinned together. I'll keep that because that's useful. They don't look like the prettiest things, but when you cut them out, they are quite useful. I also have this. This is an Indian one, and I bought that in Sydney. I didn't buy it on internet, but something like that. Oh, there. I may not have the right colour. Oh, I've got my purple one, but I've used that. It's not really the right colour, is it? I wasn't going to put these things on the little ones. No, too big for the little one. And then there's more Indian ones. They're all Indian. There's more of those. I've got lots of those. Must have thought I was going to do doilies, that you could do those dyed doilies. I may not have a lot of appropriate stuff. That one. That's about the extent of my... Oh, I've got this one. That's the one I used on the other blue one. Let's cut one of those off. See if I might like that on something. No, it really went well on the blue one. See, decisions are the worst, aren't they? So let me have a play. And as I mentioned, you can, of course, do embroidery and things like that. But I will be doing that on other things. So here I just wanted to sort of play around with compositions of blingy things. Maybe I might like that. I wasn't going to, as I said, put too much on those ones. More on the big one. I could bead around that. Or do I want a different colour? Oh, I like... Oh, that's the same, that one. They're all the same. Okay. And then maybe... I don't think I'd add blue. What's that? Well, that's the blue one that I put on the other one. I'd have to have or all gold or this brownie one. I like that on there. Not sure. Not sure about that one. I like the blue one there. It's kind of odd to me that they had these, I don't know where they came from, but they were on this unattractive see-through stuff on the back. See, that's starting to come together to me. I'm going to stitch that on and then I'll go around it. And I may have that blue bit up there. I may have a search and see what other things I have to put on those. So they don't have to be done now. I'm not doing them all on camera because there's so many of them, but I did want to do this. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to, with a plain thread, this one, I'm just going to applique those on. The same with this one, and then I will be back. Actually, silly me, I thought I should show you, just in case there's a new person, how I would stitch this on. And it's just an overcast or whip stitch over the edge, just little stitches. Might just do that like that so it meets up with the edge. And when I've stitched, I'll trim that off. So you get the idea. I'll come around the edges as well. And that's, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other ones. I may even just tuck that under. So of course yours will depend on what you find as far as your base is, and what sparkly things you find. If you want to do them like this, you might want to do them with more embroidery. As I said, I'm going to be doing, you know, different things down the track. So this is my first project. I may leave that protruding bit there. Just go past it. Tuck it in as you go. So I'm going to end my thread off. I'll cut that off, and then I'll stitch all of these down, and then I'll be back. Hey guys, it's Rachel. So I'm back. I just wanted to update you with my thoughts because I got a whole lot going on here, but we need to sort of move on and finish something. So what I'm doing in these ones is I'm embroidering inside the flower, and it's really transforming it. So I really like that. I won't get them all finished in the videos because they're meant to be shorter videos. Here I'm going to go around with, I'm going to probably do a satin stitch and some beads. I'm going to go around that. And you will see them all completed, but I don't know how quickly I'll get them done. This one, I think I'm going to do some sort of stitching here or put a trim. I haven't decided yet. And that, I mean, they really do come together when you start putting it together. This one here, this came off this trim, and it's actually a really nice fabric. So I wanted to show you how I'm going to attach that there. Let's do that now. Or just all the different possibilities that can happen. And I'm not going to put that on until I've made up the heart. So we might make this heart up. I was debating whether or not to have a few beads going up there. I'll grab my beads in a second and we'll have a look, but I think there's a lot of beads, so I don't know. So I'm going to grab this like so. There's just two. Hold it to just squish it and I'm going to hold it here and just attach it at the back. I just think it's a nice touch. So maybe we'll finish this one so you can see the finishing of them. I've already got a knot. There we go. I'm just catching the I was going to say the leather, the fabric at the back, and then just go across here. It just needs a little stitch because then it will be caught also in there when I stitch my two sides together. So really we'll look forward to seeing what path you all decide to go down, whether it's going to be all embroidery or blingy applique, beading. There's lots of ideas. If you look up on Pinterest, there's so many ideas that you can find there. So let's just throw a few beads. Oh no, I'm going to put that on, so I don't really need any beading. Okay, I'm not going to do any more beading on there. I love this. I put this trim on this one. This is the vintage velvet, and I cut off the edges, and then I put that on there, and I just love those. And I don't feel like they need too much more, so they can be completed. So let's stitch this one together. But first I need to grab my trims, my ribbons, and just decide I need something to hang. So you can use twine, you can use baker's twine, you can use this sort of trim. I'll pull that one out because I might use that one. I'm just going to pull out, I've got this one too that I really like. I do like them all, but it's something that's not too thick, stuck. I'll pull it out. There it is. I think I might use that one on, oh, doesn't really go, does it? It's red. I need green or blue. What else do I have that's narrow? I've got this. No, I don't want that one. That one. That one. I might not have the right colour. Green Christmas trees. I don't think I want those. That one. None of those go with that. I need like a linen colour, which I have is that one, but I don't think I like it with it. Oh, I know. I've got a box. Where did I put it? Why can I not see it? Oh, it's over there. So you need many things. This is the thing about these projects. I've got a box. I've organized my, just an IKEA box, and I just organized all my little bits and pieces that I have. So I'm thinking I had somewhere in here. I can't put it on the table. I've got some beige trims, and I had pods, silver, I might need a silver tassel. Wood embellishments, no, I'm not using those. Green star tinsels, no. So you could, and gold tassels, we might need a gold tassel. And where are my gold pom-poms? I've got those. Gold trims are good. Just bear with me 1 second. Gold star tinsel. I don't think that's going to be a good hanger. No. And what else do I have here? Red trims. Might need those. They're just all little bits and pieces that weren't left in my box. Okay, so let me put those on the ground. So it was one of those boxes that had compartments, and it just was really messy, so I just pulled it all out and tidied it up. So let's see, there's more sort of silver sort of color, but I do love that trim. I might put that one on there. Or I've got little, see, these are just little bits, that's all. There's nothing exciting in there. Right, so I better make a decision. I think I prefer this one. So how long do I need? About that long. I can use that little bit somewhere else. And so again, to make my life easier, what I do is I'll center that in the back, Now you see why I did that little space there too. It makes it easier when you're putting things in, especially if you were like sewing it together, right sides together, and turning. It makes life a bit easier, but I'm doing raw edges, as you know. So I'm going to stitch that on just lightly because I'll be going through it with my other stitching when I stitch them together. Oh goodness. Get my act together. Okay, come on. I do have a big rod of a needle here. Okay. I just need to hold it in place so it doesn't drive me mad when I'm putting my hearts together. And one thing I forgot to mention is you need, or you don't have to fill your ornaments, but they look nice when they're a little bit padded, polyfill. So I just got, like, you know, for toys sort of thing, I just got some from my shop around the corner, but normally what I do is go and buy one of those. Well, they're €2 here. I don't know if the prices have gone up. Those €2 IKEA pillow inserts, and they actually have really nice polyfill in them, the really soft one. So I usually go and get that and empty out those pillows, but I didn't want to because I'm not doing a huge amount of that sort of stitching now. So I just grabbed it. They'd sell it, I can't speak, they sell it by weight, so you've got to line up your hearts. I have this fluffy bit, that's all right, we'll sort that out. Now my recommendation, whether you're machine stitching them right sides together and turning, or you're hand stitching, I highly recommend first of all pinning them together to hold them in place. I'm just going to put one pin, but also you start on the straight. So I start just up here, my stitching, just before the curve, and I'll stitch to there and I'll leave that open so I can fill it. Okay, and I'm just going to do a whip stitch, and I'm just deciding I may grab, it's like musical chairs here, don't have the right color in a regular thread. I'm not going to use my wool. I wanted to just use a regular thread. Pink purple. I'm here. Here it is. I just want to use one of these, just a strand of embroidery floss to probably that color. Just one strand to go around the edge. Goodness knows how long my video is going to be. I'm doing it in bits because they're not like, you know, they are, even though like that one's not going to take so long, but they do take a bit of time to do. It depends how much work you do on them. Oh, I'm all tangled. Come on. So I start in the middle with my threads and pull out the strand. All the same, sometimes it's fiddly. Oh, the other thing I wanted to decide before I get down to the point is, do I want to add a tassel? And I would need to slide that in before. So let's just quickly look at that. I've got silver tassels here. Well, they're kind of silvery. They're kind of goldy silver. They're not really silver, but I think I'm going to have that one. I'm not going to have the gold. And I would slide that in there and I'll catch it as I go. Where's my thread? Here. Okay, so I slide my knot in there. Just make sure it's tucked in and just hold them together, and around we go. I'll probably need more than one thread, so I should have threaded up a few needles. But this is the really nice thing about this thread, this fabric, as I mentioned, is it's not, it doesn't fray. It's perfect. You don't have to do the, you know, sewing them right sides together and then turning. I tend to go a little bit wild on the Christmas decorations because I like them, you know, they're going to go on the tree with a lot of other decorations, so I like them to be a bit crazy and stand out. So possibly I need to go and get a few more little trims, ribbony sort of things to be able to go with all the different colours. I didn't really have much to go with this one. Now moving these aside, I don't want to catch those until I get down to the bottom. I'm putting my stitches quite close together too. I want to go around here, and now I'm going to start catching those. And that's fine, and then this needs to move over here, and now I can go through the middle. So you continue to do your whip stitch, but you need to make sure you catch the back as well. And I'm going through the hanger and those, so they are definitely not going anywhere. So what I'll do is I'll pause and I'll stitch down here, and when I come to here, I'll come back on. Okay, so I'm back. I'm just going to slide this in and hold it there and continue. Just check I'm on screen. Yes, I haven't zoomed in because I'm not doing anything tricky or anything, so it's better that I don't risk going off screen. Now, I could have actually stitched that in like I did the others. It would make, see how fiddly it is if you don't? You want to make sure you start going through that cord a few times. I think I've got it. And then I just continue on like normal. Okay. Oops. Now I'll go a little way up because you need to sort of stitch closed your point here, so that way you can feel it when you start feeling. So you only need a little hole. So I'll probably go to about there. And then we'll grab the polyfill. And then that way you've seen the construction. The construction is the same for all of them. You may or may not have that. You might have just stitched in, you know, just the hanger. I'll just put a couple of stitches in there. So I leave that there. Grab my polyfill, which is here in my trolley, in my current projects. So this is the polyfill here. I do recommend sort of pulling smaller pieces because this is quite hard. You want it to be a bit softer, so I'll just put that over there so it will get in your way a little bit. And if you have a pokey tool, that's really good. And I work up into these edges. I'll start over there first. You'd be surprised how much it takes too. Depends how chunky you want it. So we just push it in there. Just work down that side, always putting pressure up into that part of the heart. It's amazing how, you know, they do take on a nice aspect once you, they were looking pretty odd, I thought, at the beginning. Now, I'm having trouble getting down in there, so I could take the pen and just, or a pencil, and just push it down into there. And I was also thinking while I was stitching, just say you didn't want to go out and, I mean, obviously I understand you don't want to go out and buy big pieces of velvet. And maybe you don't have a crafty shop that had some more crafty type velour-y sort of velvet stuff. You know, the next best option to me is felt. Wool felt especially, or felted wool. You're going to get a nice look with those as well. So I'm pushing in there. So putting the extra stitch in there, it doesn't sort of pull open too, which we don't want. Okay, and I think that's enough, and then I'll jiggle it about. So pull this and continue on my merry way. I think these would be beautiful on presents too. I think Mum and I can't remember, I think Mum, before I even actually really sewed, when Lulu was born, I think Mum did stitched hearts for everybody. Not like these, they were different. But I think she did that. We did that. We did something for all of Steph's aunts. I'll have to ask Mum if she remembers. Okay, so then I just need to end it off. Just end it off the normal way, going through your loop a few times. Barely even see it. Okay, pull it tight, and that is good. Now, what's next? I want to add this. Oh yeah, that's really going to make it blingy. Really fills it in. I think that's going to be really pretty on the tree. And I'm just going to stitch that on with, oh, I had some, here we go, I might use this thread here. It's just a perlé, but it's like a goldy colour. It's not gold, but it's a mustardy yellow. I think I'll stitch it on with that. And I really only need to go from about here. Let's see how hard it is. You could use glue, but we're not gluing, we're stitching. And I'm just going to catch it. Won't be so easy. And I'm already tangled. Oh my word. And I can see my knot. It's not cooperating. I'll trim that tail afterwards. Not so easy. Where's my pliers? Now I stitched it on afterwards so that way it wasn't in my way when I was trying to stitch my heart together. That would have made my life very difficult. More difficult than doing it this way. You never know, you're thinking about the velvet, you might at a thrift store find some old velour pants or velvet pants or a velvet jacket. So this is going to be a little bit tough. Got to get in there. Okay, what about if I lift this, bring my needle over here, and then I'll go through the thing. It's easier. Go down into that over here. Yeah, I like this. This is what I wanted, blingy. I don't really need to like stitch it everywhere. I could jump further over. It's not hard to pull through in the sense that it's tough. It's just the angle that is hard to, you know, to grab the needle, which is why I'm using the pliers. I can grab that one. I'm going to jump over there because it really is stitched on now. I'm just going to jump further along. Because this is a chunky embellishment too. Ow. Okay, a couple more stitches and we're done. I think I'll be done now. So I'm going to go through again. I'm just going to do one knot. Okay, now another option to do on these, to do even a bit more, is you can add beads around the edge, and I feel like, unfortunately, I feel like I might like them. Like a row of those could be nice, or mixed in with these, I think. That's what I'm going to do. I'm doing it. I can't help myself. So I don't think that will go through. I've got to find a needle here. Well, that's a Milner's needle. That will. If I can thread it. And I did. Now let's see. I'll just start under here. I'm not going to go all the way down in there. I don't need to because you can't really see it. But what I need to do is just get myself started here. I'm just going to go through twice there. You can see how you can do so much, and it just becomes time consuming, but you know, it's worth it. So I'm going to have maybe a couple of those and then one of those, and it might be okay, like I might not need to, and I'm just going to guess, and then I just go through there. Oh, They need to sit. So I'll just come back here with a stitch. Just to hold them. And then I think I might actually do a couple more beads. I'm just going to take some out. They're easier to pick up off the mat. 1, 2 beads, and then just go here. Just guess about where you need them to sit. Yep, that's good. And I'll just come back and do another stitch near the beads. So nothing's coming off. I think I might go a bit random too, not necessarily do the same thing all the time. And you can sort of hold it like that and see where you need to go. I need to go about here. And if they're not sitting properly, oops, they're twisted. If they don't sit then properly, you just come back and put a stitch in there and hold it down. I'm doing video, Steffi. Doing video.
Sorry?
Faccio un video.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't hear me. Okay. I didn't go far enough forward. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And put a stitch in. Am I on screen? Yes. I might zoom you in a little bit. Okay. And tap. That's better. And then I'm just putting an anchoring sort of stitch afterwards. Yes, I do like that. Okay. So that's telling me about where to stitch it. One, two, and then I'm going to grab one of those, because as I mentioned, I don't want them to all be the same. Oh, there it is. I thought I put one on. And it's a nice way to move around the heart a little bit quicker than just stitching one bead on at a time. So if you're not sure how far to go ahead, just slide them down and have a little look. Five. I will try always to do odd numbers. I think one of those is going to be perfect there. Just put another stitch in, and we've already done half of the heart. And it just finishes it off. I need to put another one there. Kind of need to be patient too, you can't rush it. Okay. Don't know what that's a different bead, but who cares? Oops, I didn't catch my... That's better. And I am loving the look of that. And I was really doubtful when I first started the video with what I was putting on them, but I'm really, really liking it now. Another cool thing I could have done that I didn't do with this trim is in between here, I could have gone in with some gold thread, would have been nice, some gold embroidery. Okay, I'll finish that. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. I just wanted to say another thing you can stitch around are some, metallic sort of trims. And this one I had a strand of beads that I couched around, but I started down here and I worked my way up there, which is probably where I should have... No, I wanted to start here because I'm not going behind that embellishment there. So I started down here, and because I thought when I cut this, all of those beads are going to come off, so I just looped them up and stitched them there and made a little bead tassel. And here I just used this mixed thread stuff and made my... I should have twisted it so that way it would have all stayed sort of sorted, if that makes sense, because it's all tangled now. But yeah, I will use that stuff at the top because I like the colours with this heart. As I mentioned, I've got all these sequiny things that I might use. This could be nice stitched around the edge of something or as the hanger. I didn't see that one before when I was looking. And so what I might do is finish off this, and I might try and finish another one, maybe these little ones. I'm maybe going to put, just before I sign off for a sec, and then I'll be back, I thought I might put just a few, yeah, just some beads here and there on these ones. I thought they would be pretty. And then I might show you these in the next video, get them done. I need to do the stitching on that one. I'm going to do stitching in this one. I think I'm going to do blues in that one. Yep, so I'm going to do the stitching on those. And, oh yeah, and that one too. Yeah, I've prepared so many. I make my life difficult. Oh, and I had done this one too. I found this antique piece here. I think I'm going to put that on there. I haven't stitched that on yet, but I won't get them all done, so I'll just finish this one and then maybe try and finish another one, and then I'll come back and show you. Hi guys, so I am back and these are my hearts. Let me just tidy up. I'm going to finish off the other ones off camera because this is a very long video by now, but I just wanted to show you. This one we did all of it together and it's my favorite. This one I had made as my sample. Very simple applique there, couched on that strand of beads, and I just put a little bit of tulle up there. And then these ones I just added the beads here. This one I just stitched on this trim, and the pom-poms. The pom-poms are really easy to stitch on. You just go through, they're quite thick in the center, so you can catch it on there. You just go through a few times and through there, and then come back down and then just stitch it on. This one I added this. It's not my favorite because it reflects blue. I would like it if it didn't reflect blue, but it's okay. I'll hang it on the tree. And I like this one. This one's a bit wild. But I think on the tree they'll really stand out. And then I've got to finish off the other ones. I wanted to mention I do have a ebook that I made many years ago called, okay, can't remember what it was called, but anyway, I have a discount code for that book. It has like all kinds of projects. I can't remember how many, like really cute round felt decorations. I did hearts, but they were linen hearts. They might suit you more. So there's the heart template in there. There's the circle template. And it also has like a wonderful wreath that I normally put out, and I think it's at the back in my storeroom and I can't get to it. So there's that project, which was really fun. There's quite a few projects. So I've got a discount code for that book, and I will put it in the description box for anyone who would like to do more than what we get done in these videos. And these are quite different to those projects because they were more with fabric and just felt. I didn't do them any velvet. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, and thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to Sarah's video tomorrow. So have a great day. Bye.